Come to the part 3 of our session, which is the mortgage health check. What you see here is actually an Excel program. It looks very complicated, but it's very easy to use because all you have to do is just change the figures in red, and the rest are auto-calculated for you. And what we do is we will use this health check to emphasize to the customer just how fragile a BLR package is. Okay? For example, let's take a 500,000 loan, which is a very common loan amount nowadays in the company. So your customer comes to you with a 500,000 loan. Then he says, I want to take a 30 years loan. So what you do is you have to input in the number of months, 360. Okay. Nowadays, when you go to a bank, what is the package that they offer you? BLR minus 2.5. 2.5. Just now, Brenda was saying 2. So we take the more common one, BLR minus 2.4, which is 4.2. Okay? So when you go to a bank and ask for a loan, they will show you 4.2. Then for the second year, they will show you 4.2. For the third year, also 4.2. 4.2, 4.2. Okay. Why they will show you 4.2 for the entire loan duration is basically very simple. They will tell you, hey, I can't predict the future. So these are just based on the assumption that the BLR does not fluctuate for the entire loan duration, which we all know from the very beginning is not true at all. In fact, it can even fluctuate tomorrow if Bank Negara wants to. So, but, just to compare, at 4.2%, 30 years, 500,000, the interest payable is this, 380,000 for a bank loan. Then we move here, for AIA housing loan, at 4.8%, we are nearly 450,000. Okay, much more expensive compared to them. So this is why you find that AIA, nowadays, people would rather go for BLR because there is immediate savings, but there is no long-term savings. You have to tell them 4.2 is not accurate at all. For example, what if we look at scenario number 1, when BLR increase? Assuming for this year, when you take up a loan, the BLR doesn't go up. Okay? So it will remain at 4.2. Next year, according to CIMB, according to Citigroup, according to MBank research, they are saying interest rate will goes up by another 0.5 at least. Okay, not according to AIA, according to banks themselves. So, okay, we follow 4.7. And for those that are interested to get full articles of all this, what the bank say you can download from AIA Direct. So it will be 4.7. Then for the next 28 years, remember your loan is a 30 years loan. For the next 28 years now, Mr. Customer, I'm not bluffing you. You are not signing up for a fixed rate. You are not signing up for a guaranteed lowest rate. BLR will go down over the course of 20 years. Make no mistake about it. BLR will go down. But BLR will also go up. In fact, it will go up even more than it goes down. Because now it is at the lowest cycle. Okay. So it will fluctuate up, down. Remember the slides I shared with you earlier? On average, 10 years, 5.6. 15 years, 7%. So now I'm saying to you is, Mr. Customer, on average for the next 28 years, after BLR up, down, I just assume that on average it increased by 0.5%, which is a very conservative figure. Just 0.5%. Okay? Which makes it 5.2. Now you will see after we have taken this into consideration, interest payable will be at 479,000 compared to AIA 449. So immediately you can see why AIA is better. But this is not the end of the story. Again, I have shared with you earlier on, BRR has gone up 4 times in the last 2 years. Ask your customer, in the last 2 years, how many times have their loan installment increased by? I can guarantee they will. The most I will say is once. Most of them will tell you 0. So if your installment remains the same, interest rate goes up, what happens? Your original loan tenure of 30 years, 360 months. When the loan tenure extended, it will now be 479. More than 10 years additional that you have to pay. Okay. And this is based on what? 3% increase in interest? 4%? 5%? Yes, only 0.5%. So now you can see the impact. You can see why having an AIA fixed rate is really the smarter home solution.